This is Amy M. Burns from amymburns.com and author of the book Using Technology with Elementary Music Approaches, a book for elementary music teachers who want to integrate technology into the approach of Kodai or Schulwerk, Dr. Fire Robbins' First Steps, or Project-Based Learning. Published by Oxford University Press and available from Oxford and Amazon today, and proud finalist of the American Book Fest Best Book Awards as well as the London BET Awards. This week I want to talk about, let's jump over to my blog to show you, I want to talk about graduation songs for early elementary, higher elementary, as well as middle school. For some of you, you are done and you are so lucky, or you only have like 6 or 7 days left, and I so envy you. But if you're like me in the Northeast, you're going till June, and sometimes mid-June and sometimes late June. So what I wanted to talk about today was a Wakelet that I created of end of the year graduation songs and the blog post that goes along with it. So the blog post can be found on amymburns.com, and it will have this YouTube video there, or you can just read it in the blog post. The YouTube video will be right here once you start, like right about there. And it also shows you some highlights from the Wakelet and just how I use them in the classroom. So if you don't want to listen to this video, go ahead and go to the blog at amymburns.com and click on the LMusEd Tech blog and go ahead and read it instead. But this Wakelet today that I made has 4 categories. Let's make this a little bit bigger so you can see this. This Wakelet has end-of-the-year graduation songs for pre-K, kindergarten, higher elementary, meaning 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, middle school, and then articles about graduation song choices. I created this Wakelet to assist music educators at this time of year with finding graduation songs that fit their preschoolers, kindergartners, higher elementary grades, and middle schoolers. So, preschool graduation, let's start with preschool. Preschool graduation songs come with a few challenges. Preschoolers are not reading continuously yet, so songs with repetition and body movements, as you can see in this category, or sign language are helpful because they assist the students with learning and memorizing the songs. Plus, many preschools are mixed ages of young 2s to older 5s. Therefore, some are not leaving the school to go to kindergarten yet. I often adapt many of these songs and change the word graduation to moving up or summer if I have preschools with mixed ages. I also tend to choose songs that thank their teachers because being a preschool or a kindergarten teacher is one of the most exhausting and rewarding jobs there are, and they are not thanked enough. 2 that I want to highlight. The first one is Dynamite, right here, Dynamite. The reason I want to highlight this one is back in 2011, a daughter of a kindergarten teacher posted this. And this must have been the kindergarten teacher who created the movements and used the karaoke track. And this is brilliant. I have used this with kindergarten multiple times, and every time they love it. They get into the dance moves, they get into ayo, and they love this one. Just to give you a little bit of a preview of this, using this original version is the one I'd go to. Do you love their little air guitar? If you go through, I mean, it's really quite good and very intuitive for the students to learn. So I highly recommend that one. If you need the karaoke track, right under it, this person here created, I believe, the karaoke track. It's there, actually. You can download the MP3 version. The other one I want to highlight is Raffi's All I Ever Need. I did this one, All I Really Need, excuse me. I did this one last year, and there's 2 different versions. There's the one you usually find, and then there's this version too. I really like this version too. I like the piano players, accompaniment, and arrangement in this, and this is the one I did with preschoolers. So I did this with ages 3 through 5. They all got it. They really loved watching this video, and they loved, again, the movement. In this video, you hear the children singing it. I think that's why I love this version so much. They really related to it. Take a little listen to this. Let me see if I can get it where the kids are singing. Here they go. My belly. I think they can relate to the kids who are singing, and that little chorus in the kid's voice, I really do think it's something that just really hooks them and connects them. There are other great songs here in the preschool kindergarten list. I have had my kindergartners and preschoolers perform many of the songs listed. If they know the pop song, they will immediately take to it. However, there are some songs that you have to know your audience. An example is I'm Growing Up. If you are a school that's approaching gender identification, this will need to be adapted because it goes, he's growing up to be a man, she's growing up, and that might need to be adapted in this day and age. It might not. It depends on your school situation. The Jack Hartman song is very sweet, and in that video he includes a sign language for the song. Finally, the parodies like the Addams Family are always fun to perform if your students are into them. Let's talk about higher elementary. That's this category here. Many music educators have to pick a song for their students who are leaving elementary to go to a middle school in a different building or district. This can occur around grades 3, 4, or 5. The songs in this category are a little more mature than the songs in the preschool kindergarten category. Some of the highlights include this one I adore. Best Day of My Life by American authors. So we've sung this one with 5th graders and 4th graders. What I love what this teacher did is this teacher has bucket drumming and movement. So if all of your 5th grade have to perform, here's a really cool part about it. Those who don't like to sing could do things on the bucket drumming. They could really excel at that. Those who want to move could create choreography and be out in front, and those who just want to sing could just sing. I love the differentiation that's done here and the multiple modalities that are being reached. Take a little listen to this. So think about this. What if you had 5th graders, some who like to dance, some don't want to sing, and some just only want to sing but not dance? If these 5th graders were involved, they could all stand up and sing. Your bucket drumming could go here in front of the stage so they could be seen, and then your choreography could be here. So this reaches so many of your 5th graders who might have some anxiety about only singing or only dancing. I really love what this teacher did. Kudos to this teacher. Another one that I want to point out in this category is at the very bottom. And this one is the Once I Was 4 Years Old. So they took Lucas Graham's song Once I Was 7 Years Old, which doesn't always have the most age-appropriate lyrics in it. It's a great song though. And they changed it, and the students rewrote it. And it's so sweet. It starts about 4 years old. And if I was listening to my 5th graders sing this, or my 4th graders sing this, I think I'd be bawling. Take a little listen.
Once I was 4 years old, my parents told me it's time to go to school, but don't you worry. Once I was 4 years old.
And it goes on. I mean, it's a really sweet song, and I could see doing that one for higher elementary. Some of the other songs in this list are pop songs or ballads from movies and various artists. With higher elementary students, I give them a choice and let them vote via Google Forms. There are also times when I let the students submit the song choices as long as they wrote out the lyrics, then they were sure to check them, and that the lyrics had to do with growing up or moving on or feeling good about the day. They also had to send me a link to the song. This has worked well for me, but this does not work for every grade level at every school. Middle school. Finding a graduation song for middle schoolers can be like finding a needle in a haystack. Their tastes in music are unique and varied. Their vocal ranges run from small to wide. The songs on this list I gathered from various music education networks. I give no highlights on this category as each middle school graduation is different from each other's, and only the music educator would know best what songs would work and what songs would not work. They are age appropriate and cover some musical styles. So the articles about the graduation sources. Here in this category, there are a few articles, but the best are the top two. From Katie Wardrobe's Midnight Music, the 60-plus most popular graduation songs for schools, and the most popular graduation songs from 2017. So that's 2017 and then 2019. She wrote this one. Katie has done the research and shared playlists on graduation songs for schools. Therefore, her lists are age appropriate. Many of the other lists here have a lot of ideas, but their list contains songs with inappropriate lyrics or messages. So they give you some ideas, but you do have to listen to these songs and you have to look over these lyrics. Finally, towards the bottom here, we have a YouTube channel with preschool songs and graduation songs, and well, most of these actually are just the articles. I do have one, I think it might be in pre-KK, that's a YouTube channel. But these down here give you some preschool graduation songs to sing. But I think the last one I really like is, this gives you free printables so you don't have to recreate the wheel. And it's just taking simple melodies of preschool songs and changing them for graduation or moving up or summer or thank you or things like that. So that is a Wakelet for end of the year graduation songs. What song are your students singing for graduation if you have to do that with your students? I would love to hear about it. Also, a little small addition, where to find karaoke tracks, YouTube, especially if you have YouTube Premium, or we have an Apple Music subscription at our school. I can find a lot there. Or take a track and put it into vocalremover.org and see if it will remove the track for you. Or use something like lallal.ai, where they have the ability to take a track and remove certain instruments. One year we did Life is a Highway in 8th grade, and we had an 8th grade musician who could play the guitar part. So I used a service like that and took out the guitar part from the karaoke track, so he played it while the rest of the karaoke track played the drums and the bass and the keyboards. So that's a great way to feature your songs with the accompaniment that the students are used to hearing and being able to feature student musicians. So I hope this is helpful, and I would love to know what your song might be this year. My blog accepts comments, so feel free to go over to amymbyrnes.com, click on the Muse Ed Tech blog, check out this YouTube video there, and don't forget to click a like and subscribe to the channel. I do weekly videos. Who knows what I'll be doing this summer, but I will still keep this YouTube channel going, and I'm always working on play along videos. So please stop by, click like and subscribe, and have a great end of the year if that's where you are. If you're not at the end of the year, you're in a different hemisphere, please, I hope you're enjoying the school year and that it is going well.